If you're a hooper and you work out all the time and you feel like you're just not making that jump and you're not as consistent as you should be, or you're not playing on a higher level or whatever it is, you're missing one key component. I promise you, it's not just about the reps. This is the one thing you're missing is focus. And then now you might wonder, okay, well, if focus is the only thing I'm missing, how do I focus better? What do I do? Right? And I'm going to tell you, there's really three main things that you have to do in order to focus. And this is something I talk to my students about all the time. I'm like, it's not just about the reps. The reps are great. You need them, but if you're not focused while you're doing them, then they mean nothing. They mean absolutely nothing. So out of these three, the third one's probably the most important. So I'm going to end with that. But to start off with, number one is, what are you focusing on? Just shooting just to shoot or doing whatever drill you're doing just to do it is not enough. So if you're practicing your dribbling, okay, you might have to focus on, okay, keep my feet wide, keep my dribble low, below my knees, make sure I'm dribbling quickly, make sure my steps match up to my dribble. Like, those are the type of things you got to focus on. When it comes to shooting, it's like, okay, do I have a good base? Am I on balance? Am I holding my follow through? Like, those are the things that make you narrow in your focus. So then you can consciously pay attention and be like, okay, I didn't hold my follow through on that one, or my base was weak on that one. I was off balance, or my steps didn't match those dribbles that I was doing. So I gotta change it up, and I gotta make sure I'm on point. If you don't have a focus point while you're practicing, you are 100% wasting your time, because then you'll just throw it up there and it's like, okay, I make it. But if your technique ain't right and you still make it, that's like me throwing the ball with one hand into the basket. Yeah, I might make it, but my technique is wrong. So I have to focus on those in order to get better. And the more you focus on it, it's actually training you to stay focused. The second thing is having a competitive practice, whether it's 1-on-0 or against somebody else, meaning you have to time what you're doing. Like, okay, I got to do this drill and get it done in 60 seconds. Or you got to play a game of, like, Beat the Pro's a really good game, or free throw golf if you know how to play those. Like, you got to have some sort of competitive edge or some sort of goal, even if it's like, okay, I got to make 10 in a row, I got to make 20 in a row, before I move to the next spot. Like, those type of things will keep you focused, or else you're just not going to move on. And you want to win those games, right? If you're competitive. If not, I mean, good luck getting better. But I think if you don't implement those along with, what you're practicing on and having a narrow focus, it's going to be very hard when the game comes to dial in with all the chaos going on, all the speed and the knowing the plays and everything that goes on within a game. It's going to be very hard to focus and make shots if you can't do it 1-on-0. Now, the third thing and the most important thing, I think, is to be non-judgmental. You cannot judge yourself going through these workouts. You can't be so caught up in, oh, well, I did it wrong and now I feel like I'm bad at it or whatever it is. Like, yes, you want to strive to be perfect and do things in a precise way, but if you don't, you got to get over it because you have more reps to do. And so I think the people that have the worst focus are the ones that can't be non-judgmental about what's going on, whether make, miss, anything like that. You just have to analyze it, look at it, and be like, okay, I missed to the left, or my footing was off. Okay, let me adjust. That's the only thing that you got to be thinking about. But if you're insecure while you're practicing, I can 100% promise you, you're not going to be going as hard as you can, and you're going to lack focus because you're focused on yourself and how you feel and all these different things and perception instead of just focusing on what you're supposed to do. And so I think being non-judgmental is by far the most important part in this whole entire equation. Implementing these strategies will 100% help you enter the flow state, and that is where the results come from. The consistency of results only comes from the flow state. And I know this because I was able to catch consistency after my junior year in high school because I started practicing this way and I got less judgmental. And every game, I just felt super consistent with myself and my jump shot and all these different things. And I didn't feel like anything was stopping me besides playing time, to be honest with you. And this is something Steph Curry has talked about. He said he focuses so hard on little things and has these competitive drills with himself. And that's how he's able to enter the flow state. And so if you do these things, you will enter the flow state. Now, if you need a list of drills and games and different things to do in order to increase your focus that are proven, these are proven. These are things that I've done. These are things that NBA players do. These are things that I've given my students. Go on my website under programs and workout programs specifically and look for flow state shooting. I just made this last night specifically for this because I've gotten this question so many times. I've had to tell so many different people. Even last week, I'm telling different people, like, do this, do this, do this. And I'm like, okay, I need to make a video. But then secondly, I need to make something for y'all to do if you need that. And so go to my website under workout programs and get flow state shooting. It's $25. The reason I charge is because every time I used to give stuff out for free, people don't take it seriously. They just don't. I used to give stuff for free all the time. So I do charge for this. And it's 8 different games and drills, but there's a variety in there. And so within those 8 games and drills, you can switch it up and add different elements and do it your own way or choose different spots. And so it is 8, but in reality, it's like it could be 100 if you can make it that way. And so I made this list specifically for the people that want their game to translate for real, not just like some BS. I really made this for you guys. And this video as well, like go back and listen to this video. I just gave you everything to do. I put together the PDF simply for the people that need something that's structured and they're like, okay, I don't know what to do. I made that specifically for you guys. And again, I only charge because people don't take it seriously otherwise. And so go and get that if that's something that you really need and you feel like, okay, if I can just get my focus down, I know for a fact I can make this stuff translate. Because I think that's what a lot of people are just missing, that one element. And to be honest, that's really the separator. That's what's going to make your shot better. That's what's going to make you make better decisions in the game. And it's just going to increase your level of intensity. And then you're going to be more consistent. You'll be able to play on a higher level, possibly get recruited or go pro or different things like that. And so focus is the separator. Please watch this video again. Don't just listen to it and be like, oh, okay, yeah, it sounds good. And then you don't do anything. Don't just go get the PDF and then, oh, okay, yeah, read it. Sounds great. And then 2 weeks later, you stop doing these things. Implement what I'm saying. Don't just be a watcher. Be a doer.